I watched my father wince in pain every time he forced himself to go for his daily walk. He thought he was doing the right thing, but he was actually hurting himself more. These words from Sarah Green, daughter of 72-year-old Martin Green from Boston, reflect a concern many families share about their aging loved ones. For decades, we've been told that walking is the perfect exercise for seniors. It's free, accessible, and supposedly gentle on the body. Martin certainly believed this. Rain or shine, he'd lace up his walking shoes and trudge around his neighborhood for 45 minutes. My doctor told me walking was the best thing I could do at my age, Martin explains, his hands slightly trembling as he recalls his daily ritual. But my knees and hips hurt so badly afterward that I'd spend the rest of the day in my recliner taking pain medication. What if everything we've been told about walking for seniors isn't entirely accurate? What if the very activity meant to extend and improve life is, for some people, doing more harm than good? Recent studies from leading geriatric specialists suggest that walking, while beneficial for many, isn't the universal solution for aging adults that we once thought. Dr. Jennifer Klein, a renowned geriatrician at Mass General Hospital, explains, walking places repetitive stress on the same joints and muscles. For seniors with existing joint issues, osteoporosis, or balance problems, it can exacerbate pain and increase fall risk. But don't worry. If walking isn't the best option for you or your loved one, you're not out of luck. In fact, you might be about to discover something even better. Today we'll explore 6 scientifically backed alternatives that could transform your health journey after 50. These methods have been specifically selected for their ability to strengthen the body, improve balance, enhance cardiovascular health, and even boost cognitive function, all while being gentler on aging body. These aren't just theories. They've changed real lives, including Martin's, as you'll soon discover. So before you lace up those walking shoes again, give yourself the gift of reading about these game-changing alternatives that doctors are now recommending for a longer, healthier life. The truth about walking might surprise you, and the alternatives might just change your life. Martha Wilson, a 68-year-old retired high school English teacher from Chicago, has a story that might sound familiar to you or someone you love. For 15 years since her retirement, Martha followed her doctor's advice to the letter. 30 minutes of walking every single day, regardless of weather or how she felt. I did everything right, Martha says, her voice tinged with disappointment. I walked every day, I watched what I ate, yet my bone density kept decreasing and I found myself getting weaker each year. I kept asking myself, why is my health still declining when I'm doing what I'm supposed to? Martha's story highlights a growing realization among health professionals. Walking alone isn't enough for optimal health as we age. In fact, for some people, it might be the wrong approach altogether. Let's look at some limitations of walking that rarely get discussed. First, walking provides minimal resistance for building and maintaining muscle mass, something we lose at an alarming rate after 50. Harvard Medical School research shows that adults lose approximately 3 to 5% of their muscle mass each decade after age 30, with the rate accelerating after 60. Walking simply doesn't challenge our muscles enough to counteract this natural decline. Second, walking creates repetitive impact on the same joints. For those with existing knee, hip, or back issues, which includes nearly 49% of adults over 65, this constant pressure can worsen pain and accelerate joint deterioration. A 2021 study from the American Journal of Orthopedics found that seniors with moderate knee osteoarthritis who relied solely on walking for exercise showed faster progression of joint space narrowing compared to those who engaged in more diverse, low-impact activity. Third, walking offers limited cardiovascular benefits compared to other forms of exercise. While it does get your heart pumping, it typically doesn't elevate heart rate enough to significantly strengthen your cardiovascular system. Something crucial for preventing heart disease, the leading cause of death for Americans over 65. Fourth, and perhaps most overlooked, walking becomes monotonous, leading many seniors to eventually abandon their exercise routine altogether. The American Council on Exercise reports that adherence to walking programs drops by nearly 40% after 6 months, primarily due to boredom and perceived lack of progress. These limitations aren't just theoretical concerns. They represent real challenges that can leave seniors like Martha feeling confused and discouraged despite their best efforts. Many misconceptions about exercise and aging contribute to these problems. Perhaps the most damaging is the belief that low-intensity exercise is always safer for older adults. Dr. Mark Levine, Director of Geriatric Medicine at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, challenges this notion. The idea that seniors should stick to gentle activities like walking is outdated and potentially harmful. The aging body needs appropriate challenges to remain strong and functional. Another common misconception is that joint pain means you should avoid exercise altogether. In reality, the right kind of exercise can actually help manage and reduce joint pain by strengthening supporting muscles and improving joint lubrication. Many seniors also believe they're too old to start something new, or that it's too late to see meaningful benefits from changing their routine. Nothing could be further from the truth. Research consistently shows that adults in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who begin appropriate exercise programs show remarkable improvements in strength, balance, and overall health. The key word here is appropriate. What's appropriate for aging bodies often isn't walking alone, but rather a diverse mix of activities that address multiple aspects of fitness, strength, flexibility, balance, and cardiovascular health. As Martha eventually discovered, the solution wasn't to walk more, it was to walk differently and to do other things besides walking. Let's explore what those other things might be for you or your loved ones. Before we dive into the 6 doctor-recommended alternatives to walking, it's important to understand how these options were selected. Each activity meets crucial criteria for senior fitness. They're safe when properly performed, effective at addressing multiple aspects of health, adaptable to different fitness levels, and accessible to most people regardless of prior exercise experience. These aren't random suggestions, they're backed by extensive research and recommended by leading geriatric specialists, physical therapists, and sports medicine doctors who work specifically with aging populations. Let's start with what many experts consider the ideal exercise for seniors: swimming and water-based exercises. When Martin Green's knees couldn't take another day of walking, his doctor suggested he try water aerobics at his local YMCA. Initially skeptical, Martin agreed to give it a try. "The first time I stepped into that pool, something magical happened," he recalls. "For the first time in years, I could move without pain." What Martin experienced is the miracle of buoyancy. In water, your body weight is reduced by approximately 90%, dramatically decreasing pressure on painful joints while still allowing for movement. But don't let the gentleness fool you. Water provides 12 times more resistance than air, meaning every movement becomes a strength-building exercise. Dr. Lisa Montgomery, a physical therapist specializing in geriatric rehabilitation, explains, "Water exercise is perhaps the most complete workout for seniors. It combines cardiovascular conditioning, resistance training, and flexibility work in one joint-friendly package." For Robert Johnson, a 75-year-old retired postal worker from Philadelphia with severe arthritis in both knees, water exercise was life-changing. "After just 3 weeks of swimming 3 times a week, I noticed I could climb stairs with less pain. After 3 months, I reduced my pain medication by half." To get started with water exercise, aim for 2-3 sessions per week, 30 to 45 minutes each. Begin with basic movements like water walking, gentle swimming, or organized water aerobics classes, specifically designed for seniors. Most community centers, YMCAs, and many gyms offer these programs at reasonable costs, often with senior discounts. Next on our list is an ancient practice with remarkable modern benefits: yoga for seniors. When people hear yoga, they often picture impossible pretzel-like poses that seem entirely unsuitable for aging bodies. But senior-specific yoga looks nothing like the acrobatic versions popularized on social media. Instead, it focuses on gentle, controlled movements combined with breathing techniques that improve flexibility, balance, and mental clarity. Chair yoga and gentle yoga classes modified for older adults can dramatically improve quality of life, says Dr. Rebecca Chen, who specializes in integrative medicine for seniors. The slow, controlled movements help rebuild proprioception, your body's sense of position in space, which naturally declines with age and contributes to falls. Senior yoga classes typically include poses that strengthen the lower body for better stability, gentle stretches to improve range of motion, and balance exercises that can be done with the support of a chair or wall. Many practitioners report improved sleep, reduced anxiety, and better digestive function as additional benefits. To begin, look for classes specifically labeled for seniors or gentle yoga. Many community centers and senior centers offer these classes, and there are excellent online options as well. Start with just 10-15 minutes 2-3 times per week, gradually increasing as your comfort and ability improve. Our third alternative introduces a simple tool with powerful results: resistance band training. When I tell my patients over 65 that they need to lift weights, many look at me like I've lost my mind, says Dr. James Wilcox, a sports medicine physician specializing in senior fitness. But when I show them how to use resistance bands, their entire perspective changes. Resistance bands, those colorful elastic strips, provide graduated resistance that can be adjusted to any fitness level. They're inexpensive, typically under $20 for a set, portable, and can be used to strengthen virtually every major muscle group in the body. This is crucial because after age 50, preserving muscle mass becomes one of the most important factors in maintaining independence and longevity. Studies show that resistance training can reverse age muscle loss, improve metabolism, and even enhance cognitive function. Some basic exercises to start with include seated rows for upper back strength, important for posture, band pulls for shoulder mobility, and gentle squats with band support for lower body strength. Start with 8 by 10 repetitions of each exercise using a light resistance band 2 or 3 times per week. For seniors who miss the cardiovascular benefits of walking but need a lower impact option, recumbent or stationary cycling offers an excellent solution. David Miller, age 70, from Tucson, Arizona, switched from walking to recumbent cycling after developing plantar fasciitis. Walking became absolute torture for my feet, but my doctor was concerned about my heart health if I stopped exercising completely, he explains. The recumbent bike was his suggestion, and it changed everything. Within 3 months, I'd lost 20 pounds, and my blood pressure dropped from concerning to normal ranges. Stationary cycling, particularly on recumbent bikes that provide back support, offers cardiovascular benefits equal to or greater than walking without the joint stress. The seated position reduces balance concerns, while the adjustable resistance allows for personalized intensity. Dr. Klein recommends starting with just 5 to 10 minutes per session if you're new to cycling, gradually building to 20 or 30 minutes 3 times weekly. Many of my patients keep their stationary bikes in front of the television and cycle during their favorite shows, she notes. It makes the time pass quickly, and before they know it, they've completed a heart-healthy workout without setting foot outside. When choosing a stationary bike for home use, look for one with easy mounting, step-through design, comfortable seating, and simple controls. Many Medicare Advantage plans now cover or subsidize home exercise equipment when prescribed by a doctor, so check your benefits before purchasing. Our fifth alternative takes us to an exercise form that originated in ancient China, but is proving remarkably beneficial for modern seniors. Tai Chi. Often described as meditation in motion, Tai Chi consists of slow, flowing movements that improve balance, focus, and body awareness while gently strengthening muscles. The Mayo Clinic cites numerous studies showing Tai Chi's effectiveness in reducing fall risk, the leading cause of injury among older adults. What makes Tai Chi unique is its dual impact on both physical and cognitive health, explains Dr. Susan Lee, a neurologist specializing in age cognitive decline. The combination of physical movement with focused attention creates new neural pathways that can help offset age cognitive changes. For Eleanor Santos, an 82-year-old grandmother from San Diego, Tai Chi provided benefits no other exercise could. After my stroke, I was terrified of falling. I barely wanted to move, she recalls. My physical therapist suggested Tai Chi, and within 2 months, not only was my balance better, but the constant anxiety I felt about falling began to fade. Research from the Oregon Research Institute found that seniors who practice Tai Chi 3 times weekly for 6 months reduced their fall risk by 55% compared to non-exercising peers. The same group showed measurable improvements in blood pressure, sleep quality, and depression scores. To begin Tai Chi, look for senior-specific or gentle Tai Chi classes at community centers, senior centers, or healthcare facilities. Many instructors now offer online options as well. Wear comfortable clothing and supportive shoes, and remember that the slow pace doesn't mean it's not effective. Those controlled movements are working your muscles and nervous system in sophisticated ways. The final alternative on our list acknowledges something many walking advocates miss. The social component of exercise can be as important as the physical movement itself. Group fitness classes designed for seniors offer benefits that extend beyond physical health. Barbara Coleman, 65, from Minneapolis, found that group classes were the key to maintaining her exercise routine after retirement. When my husband died, I fell into a deep depression. My doctor suggested antidepressants, but also encouraged me to join a senior fitness class at our community center, she explains. Those twice-weekly classes gave me a reason to get dressed and leave the house. The physical benefits were secondary to the connections I made. 3 years later, I'm still going, and I've made some of my closest friends there. The social aspect of group exercise shouldn't be underestimated. A landmark study from the University of British Columbia found that seniors who participated in group exercise showed greater program adherence, reported higher satisfaction with their fitness routines, and demonstrated better mental health outcomes than those who exercised alone. Programs like Silver Sneakers, included in many Medicare plans, offer senior-specific classes ranging from gentle cardio to strength training, all designed with aging bodies in mind. These classes are led by instructors trained in senior fitness who can offer modifications for different ability levels and health conditions. Beyond the emotional benefits, group classes provide the motivation many seniors need to stick with exercise long-term. They create accountability, people notice when you're absent, offer expert supervision to ensure proper form, and provide a regularly scheduled activity to anchor your week. To find senior-appropriate fitness classes, check with your local senior center, YMCA, community center, or healthcare provider. Many health insurance plans now cover fitness programs for seniors, recognizing their role in preventing more costly health problems down the road. Each of these 6 alternatives, water exercise, senior yoga, resistance band training, stationary cycling, Tai Chi, and group fitness classes, offers specific benefits that walking alone cannot provide. The key to success isn't choosing just one, but rather combining several approaches to create a balanced fitness program that addresses all aspects of physical health. Now, let's return to Martin Green, whom we met at the beginning of our story. After 6 months of replacing his painful daily walks with a combination of water aerobics 3 times weekly and a once-weekly Tai Chi class, the transformation was remarkable. The first thing I noticed was what wasn't happening anymore, Martin says with a smile. I wasn't reaching for pain medication every day. I wasn't planning my activities around pain levels. I was just living. His daughter Sarah observed even more profound changes. I can't believe the difference in my father. He's not just in less pain. He's more confident, more engaged with life. Last week he played with his grandchildren for over an hour without needing to sit down. That would have been unimaginable 6 months ago when he was forcing himself to walk despite the pain. Martin's physical improvements included measurable gains in strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. His blood pressure, previously borderline high despite medication, normalized. He regained an inch of height previously lost to spinal compression. Most significantly, his fear of falling, which had been causing increasing anxiety, diminished as his balance improved through Tai Chi practice. Martha Wilson, a retired teacher from Chicago, experienced similar transformations after incorporating resistance band training and group fitness classes into her routine. After 9 months, her bone density scan showed improvement for the first time in 8 years. "My doctor was shocked," Martha recalls. She said it was rare to see actual reversal of bone loss at my age. For Robert Johnson, the postal worker with severe arthritis, water exercise didn't just manage his pain, it restored activities he thought were permanently lost. "I can play golf again," he says, emotion evident in his voice. "Not like I used to, but I'm out there with my buddies every Thursday. For years I thought those days were over." These success stories aren't outliers. They represent the typical experience of seniors who transition from walking-only exercise programs to more comprehensive approaches. The improvements usually begin within 3 to 6 weeks, with significant changes noticeable by the 3-month mark. For those with chronic conditions like arthritis or osteoporosis, measurable medical improvements typically appear within 6 months. Dr. Levine, our geriatric specialist from Northwestern, emphasizes an important point. What we're seeing isn't just physical improvement, it's life improvement. When seniors find exercise options that don't hurt, that they enjoy, and that give them visible results, their entire outlook changes. They become more hopeful, more engaged with life, and more proactive about their overall health. This perspective is echoed by Dr. Klein. In geriatric medicine, we've moved away from the old paradigm of take it easy to a new understanding that appropriate physical challenge is essential for healthy aging. The human body at any age responds to the demands placed upon it. When we stop challenging ourselves physically, decline accelerates. When we provide appropriate stimulus through varied exercise, remarkable rejuvenation is possible. The key word in Dr. Klein's statement is varied. The seniors who show the most impressive improvements are those who incorporate multiple types of exercise, addressing different aspects of fitness. This variety not only provides more complete physical benefits, but also keeps exercise interesting and sustainable long-term. As Barbara Coleman puts it, "At my age, I don't have time to waste on exercise that doesn't work or that makes me miserable. Finding activities I actually enjoy has made all the difference. I'm not exercising for some future benefit anymore. I'm doing it because it makes me feel better today." If you've read this far, you're clearly interested in optimizing your health or helping a loved one do the same. So what's the next step? Here's a simple action plan to get started. Assess your current health status and consult your doctor. Before beginning any new exercise program, especially if you have existing health conditions, talk with your healthcare provider. Bring this article along if it helps explain what you're considering. Choose 1 or 2 alternatives to try for 30 days. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything at once. Pick the options that seem most appealing and accessible to you right now. Start slowly and progress gradually. Begin with just 10-15 minutes per session 2 to 3 times weekly, increasing duration and frequency as your body adapts. Combine different approaches for best results. After establishing comfort with your initial choices, add another element to create a more balanced program. For example, water exercise twice weekly plus resistance bands once weekly. Track your progress with a simple journal. Note not only physical changes but also improvements in energy, mood, sleep quality, and pain levels. Remember that consistency matters more than intensity, especially at first. It's better to do 10 minutes of exercise that feels manageable 3 times weekly than to push yourself through an exhausting hour-long session once a week. Many seniors find that the emotional and social benefits become as important as the physical improvements. As Martin Green reflected, "I started exercising again to reduce pain, but I continue because it's added so much joy back into my life. I feel connected to my body again, instead of feeling betrayed by it." We hope you'll share this information with friends and family members who might benefit. Too many older adults are still struggling through painful walks or have given up on exercise entirely, unaware that better options exist. Your sharing could be the first step in someone else's transformation story. If you've had success with any of these alternatives or have questions about getting started, please share your experience. Your journey might provide just the inspiration someone else needs to take that first step toward better health. It's never too late to change direction. It's never too late to feel better. And it's certainly never too late to discover a new path to the active, engaged, joyful life you deserve. As Martha Wilson wisely said, the only real mistake is continuing to do something that isn't working when better options are available. Your better option is waiting. Which will you try first?